Two things. One, this might actually be the show's best season yet. Two, the two-part split actually hurt the show. I mean, if this was a cohesive experience, it would have been so much better. It would have just hit different. I was critical of Netflix and a new model of splitting shows into two parts. The hype for part two wasn't as high as it was for part two. And that's down to this new model that they're using. I mean, if this came out like season one and season two came out, it would have been a smash hit. Everybody would have been talking about it. The Pitbull Neo song, it would have just been incredible. It would have hit different. Please don't do this. I know they're going to keep doing it, but please don't do this. This takes away from the experience. Stranger Things is coming out again. They're going to do the same thing. They're going to do the same thing. Don't do it. Give us the whole thing. Binge watching. That's what we all want to do. Want to start watching, sleep morning hours, get it done with. It's over. Okay, enough of that. It's time to travel back to high society. Is it high society or just society? Society. Now, the one thing that stands out with this season, especially part two, that's the strongest that the show has ever been, is the writing. The writing is very strong. The fact that the show keeps you guessing, it's dangling a lot of different plots, trying to weave everything together. That's brilliant, guys. It's so much different from season one and season two. It could have followed a similar structure. And with part one, it actually seemed like it was going to follow a similar structure. But the fact they tried to tweak things and make it a little different, add that unexpected element, actually works in the show's favor. That's what I'm saying. If this was linked, it would have been a smash hit. They would have stuck the landing. And they definitely stuck the landing with part two. As always, love remains the main focus. Penelope and Colin's relationship is the anchor and the main focus of the show. But what I love was the fact that the show wasn't afraid to take risks beyond that particular relationship and storyline. Now, the unveiling of Lady Whistledown, that is an integral part of part two. So it's brilliant how they managed to pull this off, guys. There are a few plot lines that we could have not have in here. I'm not going to go into detail about that, but I feel like it could have been left out. It didn't even have any major impact on the show itself as a whole. And the chemistry between Penelope and Colin works very well because their characters are just so different, you know. That's why I said, like, it could have followed a similar structure, season one, season two, but it managed to carve out its own path and give us something different. And that's what makes it unique. Sometimes you have to alter things. Now, it's even different from the books. So sometimes you have to take risks and it actually pays off. Okay, it doesn't always pay off, but in this case, it worked very well, adding another layer of tension and intrigue on top of the layer that everybody loves, you know, the love story in the middle. One thing that definitely stands out about part two is the fact that it moves at a rapid pace. The pacing is different. You have to stay with the show. You can't take your eyes off the television because you will miss those fine details. And the pacing works in the show's favor. I mean, it could have actually utilized more of this in part one, where episode 1 and 2 felt like fuller episodes. All in all, guys, I'm happy with the conclusion. I think they definitely stuck the landing. It worked very well. It was a solid season. It might be the show's best season yet. The only problem I have is the fact that there was a lot of plot lines that could have been left out, but it works very well, and they did it again. It might be the most unique season out of the 3 seasons that we've gotten so far. So I'd love to see where the show goes from here. It has left a lot of plot lines open, a lot of things that we can revisit. So it's interesting, guys, and I'll give it a 3 out of 5. Now that I've watched the whole thing, I can finally give my rating. I give it a 3 out of 5. My only problem is there's plot lines could have just left one side. We didn't need those. And the fact that it was split into 2 parts, it would have just made the thing better if it came out as one cohesive experience. And that's the only problem that I have with the show, guys. Please let me know down below what you guys think about Bridgerton season 3. Are you guys watching Bridgerton? I'm not gonna lie, I'm not even gonna hide it. I like the show. It's just something about it. I love the clean look of the show and like the unique colors. I don't know, for some reason, I look at the show as being very artistic. The music is amazing. The set design, production value. And then you just add an intriguing story on top of that. So I love the art aspect of the show. And there's a bit of everything here for everyone. Whatever you want to see, you might find it in the show. Don't sleep on Bridgerton, guys. Do yourself a favor if you haven't watched it. Season 1, Season 2, Season 3 out on Netflix. Binge the whole thing. You'll have a good time in society. Yes. Let's throw a ball and have a ball. Yes. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, guys. That's it for me. I'll definitely catch you on the next video.